The 26 minutes up to 4 p.m. here in Liberia. It is a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday afternoon in the country. So wherever it is you're listening to us from, we'd love to welcome you to today's edition of the 2023 Elections Updates 360 here on the Spoon Network. My name is Diamond Slanger. It's a pleasure being back. Of course, we'll be visiting the National Elections Commission's headquarters, where the NEC is expected to address the nation today at 4:30 p.m. We'll also be going across the country to speak to our county correspondents to bring us up to speed with the latest list of lawmakers that have been elected in those counties as well. We'll be doing a recap of the numbers as released by the National Elections Commission yesterday. The total number of polling places that have been tallied across the country amounts to 98.4%. So we'll be telling you the numbers. We'll be telling you what the NEC did say yesterday. A total recap of what was said on yesterday, as we build up to await the NEC's official announcement today, whether or not they are going to complete the presidential tallying process and reporting process today. We have our crew headed by Nelson Collier that will be stationed at the headquarters of the National Elections Commission. So my name is Diamond Slanger. You're welcome wherever it is you're listening to us from. For those of you listening to us there in Bombing, Bapulu, and Cape Mount via Trust FM there in Bajaka, Bombing County, I'd love to say good afternoon to you. For those of you listening to us in Nimba, parts of Nimba, and also parts of Lofa, Bonga as well via Radio BKS in Butwo, Nimba County, I'd love to say good afternoon. For those of you listening to us via Voice of Nimba, your hello there, oh my people. And for those of you listening to us via Spoon 107.5 FM or Super 95.5 or better still Fabric 101.1 FM, this is the 2023 Elections Updates 360 across the Spoon Network. Some people, wait. You hear the news? You ain't hear the news? People asking, what news again? What news again? What news? You guys haven't heard the news coming out of Cape Mount County? Yeah. Okay. Since you're saying, oh, damn, you just talk, oh, you don't hear the news, or hear the news, and hear the news. What news you want to talk about? I'm coming say myself. Yeah. We'll go to Cape Mount, and the news will be given us from someone in Cape Mount, so we can know what exactly the news is. Me, I don't hear you, but I know it for you. So just wait, hold on a minute, and let's go to Grand Cape Mount County so we can hear the news. What's happening? What's happening in Grand Cape Mount County? You know, what really going on? All right, so we have our Cape Mount County correspondent on the line. I asked you about the last time. Have you heard the news? If you've heard it, well, you're here again. Mr. Moba, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Diamond, and good afternoon to Spoon TV family, and good afternoon to all Liberians.
How is Cape Mount?
Well, Cape Mount is good. It's been like, we've been having a sunny day today. Cape Mount is good, honestly.
Cape Mount is good.
Yeah.
So you refuse for the papier to enter the city hall during campaign period. And then what have you people now done to the papier?
Well, as we speak right now, Diamond, Honorable Vani Sherman, the former Senator Oshuache, former Honorable Vani Sherman,
the outgoing
senator, make the pronouncement on the 17th, which is on Tuesday, October, and he said that he have officially retired from politics. And her reason was actually circulated around, that the people of Cape Mount have failed him because they have turned the whole entire politics into a traditional, disco, which he is not able no longer to dance that particular dance. So for that reason,
wait. Let's take it bit by bit, Cizzy. Are you saying that the outgoing Grand Cape Mount County Senator, veteran Liberian politician Vani Botonabi Sherman has resigned from politics?
Yes, he did that on the 17th of Tuesday. That's October 17th. On Tuesday, he did that officially at the Capitol Hill.
Okay. Was it because he's winning the senatorial race there in Cape Mount, or similarly he's lost?
No, it's not because of that, Diamond. He actually lost with a wide margin. And a lady by the name of Daba Vapla, she came the highest, and someone who was like competing with him was Honorable Victor Waxing. And so he came second, so close to, the lady, not Daba Vapla. But for Honorable Vani Sherman, the outgoing senator, he left him very far from the electorate. So that really disappointed him. That really made him feel very, disappointed in it. According to him, what he said, that he actually disappointed because the people, they lied to him. They made him feel disappointed in the long run after
when he said that people lied to him. What did he allude to that amounts to the people lying to the learned lawyer?
Because what he said, the emphasis was he has served these people, and on numerous times he has helped them when it comes to other issues like pushing the law and pushing some logic for Cameroonians. So at this moment he expected them to really re-elect him as senator. But unfortunately, to his surprise, you got to understand that Man Daba Vapla, from the Unity Party, have won the senatorial election as an elect.
So because he has lost, so he decided to retire. Now look, Martinez, you take your politics, you take your senatorial seat, everything, you're leaving alone. Let me live my private life. Is that what he has said?
Yeah, sure. That's what he said. What happened, Diamond? Honestly, initially, he very insecure his campaign, on education level. That means he said he was the best lawyer, and he stood for the Cameroonians, and he's the only outstanding lawyer for now. And besides, one of the land person, he's considered to be the godfather. With those kind of good, talk points. But now, the people didn't look at any of those stuff. They didn't look at that. But according to him, the people went down traditionally.
So when they elected him, in 2014, were they not looking at traditional, or they were looking at educational? They were looking at who can represent us in terms of being learned and all of that. Is he saying they deviated from that path and now took a more traditional path and kicked him out of Cape Mount?
You know, and that's the frustrating part that you just spoke about. You know, at that time, you know, he beat down the people's mind with kind of, you know, educational, jargons or something. But for now, the people is no longer looking at that. So where from that background, where he's actually concluding that he cannot be able to dance to the disco of the traditional, voting, or the traditional, technique of going into election now. So Senate people are going so much deep into religious aspect, traditional aspect. For that reason, he can't make it. He got to resign.
He say for that reason, he's seeing light.
He's not seeing light. So for that reason, that's how he officially resigned on the 17th, on Tuesday, October, at the Capitol here.
Okay, let's leave the resignation aspect, and move on. But before that, how was the news received in Cape Mount that Vannie Sherman, the outgoing senator, the head of the Senate Committee on Judiciary, the one of the proudest sons of Grand Cape Mount County, has now retired from politics, having lost the senatorial elections? How was the news received in Grand Cape Mount County? With joy or with sad hearts?
As a state diamond, I mean, nothing has changed. Everything remains constant. It remains normal. People don't even, people don't even pay heed to whatever he has come up with. I mean, people just looking forward at their new elected senator. That's all they follow that. I mean, people remain quiet and remain very gentle as before.
Was it a writing? Was it one of the writings on the walls for Senator Sherman that day when he was blocked and stopped from using the Robertsport Town Hall, where he said he was looking for the text message? I'm not sure if he has found those text messages as of yet.
That's one of the reasons why.
One of the writings on the walls that we did see the entourage behind him, the crowd, was a very, very minute one. Were there all signs that he wasn't the favorite of the people anymore?
Diamond, that was the most, disheartening part that people ever, met with or they saw from Vannie Sherman, the honorable man. Because it took 20 minutes to even search for a single case that he said he placed to the disaster management agency. 20 minutes. In his own form, he could not find it. And not only that, people watching live for the next 20 minutes, he will not even lay hands on that. So that really brought a serious disappointment. It brought a serious, setback to the Cape Mountaineers. For me, I believe that those are some of the reasons why the people just, looked at him and they decided that, traditionally we got to go on this. Traditionally got to deal with whatever they had to deal with.
But let's do away with tradition a bit and look at consistency as well. The soon to be announced winner of the Grand Cape Mount County senatorial race, Madaba Vapla, who's from the Unity Party, has been a consistent name in Cape Mount politics, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's doing well. I mean, she's been visiting all of the town, and what I said, like I'm saying, I'm just on my way coming from Sinjay, heading down to the capital city, which is Robertsport. So, I mean, she's been around. She's staying in the county. She's touring around at the same time, listening to radio and encouraging at the same time, visiting people. I mean, she's on a normal move. And people are really excited, and they are not deterred about whatever decision they have made for the Cape Mountaineers. They are not deterred at all, Diamond. They are excited with their new elect, senator.
Let's talk about names out of the representative race there in Cape Mount County. 4 runners and winners that would be announced by the National Elections Commission. You've got names for us?
Yes, we got 5 administrative districts. Out of the 5, we got 3 electoral districts. So out of the 3 electoral districts, 3 persons have been, have actually been pronounced by NEC that they are depending, candidate that just won the representative position. That is for district number 1, we got Madam Bintu Masale for district number 1.
Which party?
She's an independent.
Okay.
And then district number 2, you also got an independent candidate for Honorable Mohammed Dosi. And district number 3, you got Faika Soni for district number 3.
None of your current representatives have been retained?
No. Other than that was the most frustrating part.
So all of the 3 representatives, incumbent representatives from Cape Mount County, lost their seats.
All of them they lost. I think they were all dismissed by new elect.
So now Cape Mount is going to have a brand new legislative caucus in terms of those who have never been to Capitol Hill, with the exception of your current senator, is it Simeon Taylor?
Yeah, so they're going to be having a brand new sort of leadership right now, and they're going to be like looking forward of working for the Chibokene if possible.
Okay, all right. The other news coming out of King George, which is not about politics, but I saw a report from you that there was a mudslide in King George.
Yes, that happened yesterday. I mean, it happened early in the morning. I mean, about 4 persons was involved. 4 persons was involved, but the first information that we gathered was one Liberian who was actually dead. He was dead, and they brought him over to St. J hospital. So there where I even went to visit the place to confirm, and he's dead by the doctors. That's what they told me. And the other guy the other talking, that was on a critical condition. I mean, news reaching out to me that also is also.
Where did this happen? Which part of King George? They within the concession area where they do the mining, or where?
The mining site, on the mining site, there where it actually happened. They were mining deep down to the beneath the earth where that thing happened when it occurred. So before the other, Liberian, the Liberian gas would come out, it was very late. So that's how, the mud actually hitting very hard, and they still watching. 4 of them, they rushed out of them at the St. J Medical Center, but the Liberian was pronounced later dead, and Olotiri was brought to JFK yesterday evening. But information reaching out this afternoon in Cape Maya that the other Turkish guy by nationality is also dead as well. So it's 2 confirmed dead right now for that Diamond.
All right, tragic news there. Our condolences to the bereaved families and speedy recovery to those who were affected. But what is the company saying concerning how that tragedy occurred? I know it's a mudslide, but what are they saying about safety within their operational areas as well? Any word from B Mountain?
Well, Diamond, as usual, I believe in most of these companies, most of the international companies, they have insurance. So those insurance documents may help them, but I'm yet to do a follow-up on that. I can't speak to that because we were actually running out to know what is the actual story, what happened, and that's all we were able to gather. That's all we were able to gather. But with the issue of that, what benefit or whatever, what will be the next step with regards to the company, to the bereaved family, is yet to be disclosed. Because I believe that most of the employees or contractors have an insurance document that can help them in case of any eventuality like what happened last night.
So we'll be counting on you to follow up and give us words from the company there operating in King George, Grand Cape Mount County. What's their official position on what happened? How did it happen? What safety measures they have in place? And what will be done for those who lost their lives, specifically the Liberian national there. But thank you anyway, Caesar Moba, reporting from Grand Cape Mount County. Thank you.
Thank you, Damon. It's nice having you on the show today. Thank you, Steve.
All right. So Caesar Moba is there for us in Grand Cape Mount County, where outgoing Senator Varney Sherman, has announced his retirement from politics, especially when it comes to Grand Cape Mount politics. He has resigned, having lost his senatorial seat. He served as a one-term senator, being elected in 2014, with his tenure expiring in 2024. Elections 2023, he did lose, and he would not form part of the 55th legislature. So he said, Kip Martinez, saying, I can't find a text message. I'll carry the text message with me. Your baba. Yeah, your baba. goodbye to you take your politics, and you people do not want to follow development and all of these things. So I'm gone. I'm done with you people. All right. So let's leave Grand Cape Mount County. We'll keep our eyes fixed on the headquarters of the National Elections Commission to know exactly when they shall go live to bring us the press conference today, whether or not the NEC is going to complete 100% out of 100% of the polling places across the country, respective to the presidential race. We also do know that there will be a rerun. There will be a rerun in Bonletuo. Let me get the town's name properly. In Nimba County, we're getting reports of that, and all right. So is Bio Lontuo. There will be a rerun there in Bio Lontuo, and we'll be providing you updates. There will also be a rerun in other parts, but we'll tell you as per the NEC announcement. So whether it will be done with the presidential announcement today, we have our team there at the headquarters of the NEC, headed by Nelson Cole. All right, so let's go over the numbers as per they were released by the NEC yesterday. If you're just joining us, this is Elections Updates 360 on the Spoon Network, 2023 Elections Updates 360 on the Spoon Network. My name is Diamond Slanger. We've been doing this since the 11th of October. We did give you a full coverage of Elections Day in Liberia on October 10th. And from the 11th, since the NEC started releasing preliminary results across the country, we've been here making sure you don't miss anything that's coming out of the National Elections Commission. We'll continue to do so until the NEC makes the final announcement as to whether or not officially we are going to a runoff. But as things stand, though, conversations are being held by the two political parties that have garnered the most amount of votes and percentage of votes so far, as well as making the necessary connections. Because remember, when it comes to a second round, it's all about concessions. It's all about what you can give. It's all about what you allow, what you be able to take, what demands, will be made by others. And you look for those who are going to bring you chunk of the votes that you need. Because at the end of the day, in a runoff, it's about simple majority. So let's go to the numbers that were released by the NEC yesterday. The caption is the national tally preliminary results as of October 17th, 2023, 5:03 p.m. 2023 presidential elections results. 98.4% out of 100% completed. 5,796 polling places of 5,890 polling places, tallied and reported thus far. Total votes, that is valid plus invalid, stands at 1,920,641, constituting 77.71%. 2023 President, Vice President results. You have Weah George Manning, CDC, 791,661 votes, constituting 43.79%. You have Boyka Joseph N. of the Unity Party, 786,205 votes, constituting 43.49%. In third, yes, I said it, in third, Alperton Junior Edward W., GDM, 39,712 votes, constituting 2.20% of the total number of valid votes tallied so far. Kamara Senior Lucinin F., ARCOP, in fourth position, 35,529 votes, constituting 1.97%. In fifth, Cummins Alexander B. of the CPP, 29,148 votes, constituting 1.61% of the total number of valid votes tallied across the country thus far. In sixth, and that's where we'll stop, Gonglo Tewan Say, LPP, 26,057 votes, constituting 1.44%. With 98.4% of the total number of valid votes and the total number of polling places tallied thus far, with the top two candidates, the top two parties, still stuck on 43%, even if you gave either of them the 1.64 remainder, it cannot even help them to go to 50 plus 1%. So we are awaiting NEC to make the expected announcement once they've tallied 100% of the 100% of polling places around the country. And that announcement has already been digested and accepted by Liberians even before it is pronounced that there is going to be a runoff. Because even if you take a 1 point that remain and give it to the coalition, it's not going to take them to 50 plus 1%. When you turn around and give it to the United Party, it's still not going to take them across the 50% plus 1 mark. So at the end of the day, we say 100 minus 98.4. You have 1.6, as I said. So even if you share the 1.6, you get all to one of the two top parties, it's not going to help them. So the conversation of a runoff has grown louder and gotten louder and gotten louder and gotten louder. So as to who are those that conversations must be had with, you're looking at a list of 20 presidential candidates, independent and representing political parties, with 2 placing first and second. For those of you who are lovers of football, you call it a playoff. This one's not playoffs to say they're going to play plenty of games. They're only going to play one, the final. At the end of the day, only one winner can emerge out of this. So when you look at the 18 remaining political parties and candidates who contested, when you look at that list critically, where alliances should be formed, who are those that these 2 parties that are going into the runoff, once it's announced officially by the NEC, should already have started having conversations with, like yesterday or the day before, or even months before? When you look at that list, should they be having conversations with Appiton, Junior Edward of the GDM? The surprise package of these elections, whether you say it was a well-orchestrated plan, whether you say it was divine grace or supernatural powers or whatever, with the numbers that he has garnered, should there be a conversation with him? Or are those pseudo numbers that don't really exist, but the numbers got in by mistake, by sheer, genius? Was it a properly executed plan, well planned and executed, plot? Should he be considered? Because Appiton now, the man making video on Facebook or on Twitter all over, dancing, celebrating, I'm the biggest dog on the block now. Yeah, you never knew me before. Those who never knew me before, now they know me now. Like the song Appiton be singing. Should he be considered for these 2 political parties that will be going to the runoff to sit and have a conversation with? Or should it be downplayed? And look, this was just a mere thing, a mistake that happened, or a well-orchestrated plan that benefited you, but you're not of any political relevance, so we cannot have conversation with you. That's one. Should Appiton be considered? Of course, Tewonse Gonglo is going to be considered. Alexander Benedict Cummins is definitely going to be considered, even though right now, according to the NEC's percentage given, he's ranking 5th, and with just a little over 1.61%. That is a huge dip in percentage as of 2017 when he garnered 7%. So 1.61% from 7%. The election feeling our calculators will be very, very important. So 7 minus 1.61 It gives you 5.39. So a big drop from 7 to 1.69 as of yesterday. And the difference is 5.39%. Should Mr. Cummings also be considered? That a conversation should be had with him. But at the end of the day, as I said, it's all about what you can give. What are you willing to give? What are the demands from these parties that will be coming, or individuals that will be coming on board, to come and have a conversation with you, and what do they actually want? Would we see a united opposition against the CDC in these runoffs? Or we are going to see the opposition within the opposition opposing the opposition? You get that? Are we going to see a united opposition to say, look, since we are all opposition parties and one opposition party is going in a runoff with the ruling establishment, we will put all of our support around, this particular opposition party and go after the ruling party and get it out of power and see if we can work as a united opposition front, now turn into the ruling establishment? Or we'll see the opposition of the opposition opposing the opposition, where other opposition parties and political candidates or presidential candidates will say, look, yeah, we all opposition, but we get opposition in opposition. So our own, we ruling position, we go into the ruling party, to give them our support. This is the time you put people to their words. This is now the time that you put people to their words. This is the time you see whether leaders are going to make leadership and decisions that represent leaders. So say, look, we stand for this. Or you see leaders saying, hey, I can't make decisions for the entire party. Oh, yeah, the executive committee has spoken. So we voted, we couldn't get any side to go. So our followers can go anywhere they feel like going. What are we going to see? Because these alliances, these mergers, or this lending of support is going to go a long way for 6 years. For 6 years. And so all eyes and ears are now fixed on, once the NEC announces officially that indeed we are going for a runoff, like the entire country already knows, who will be crossing to where? That is where Liberians are going to know. Almost, if not all of the opposition parties criticize the government, and even the independent candidates going into these elections, they criticized the government. They went as far as saying this government has done X, Y, and Z, and it needs to change, and they're here to represent change. So are we going to see that we say, okay, yeah, it's true, we said this, but now it has reached the point that we have to, I remember 2017, it was Jolobo and poison, if I can borrow from Henry Acosta. Jolobo, poison, Jolobo, poison, Jolobo, poison. Which one you taking? But at the end of the day, decisions will have to be made, and not just undercover decisions, but people will have to come up publicly and choose a side. There will be others who sit on the fence. All right, so go for a short break. When we get back, we'll try to connect with Nelson Kole and his team. We'll be in and out getting, feeds from the National Elections Commission, as well as talking to some of our county correspondents, to bring us the latest coming out of the counties across Liberia. This is 2023 elections updates 360 on the Spoon Network, and we'll be back right after this break. My name is Diamond Slanger. Prince Hammond is here providing all of the technical assistance that we need. We'll be back right after this break. Don't go away. Okay, folks, welcome back. This is go to the headquarters of the National Elections Commission. We do apologize to our viewers there watching us via Spoon TV Live. Due to network connectivity issues, the internet is not so strong. The connection is not at its best, but we'll do our best to make sure we remain live and bring you all of the updates that you do critically want to hear. So let's go to Maryland and see if we can speak to our Maryland County correspondent to give us the provisional list of winners provided by the National Elections Commission. Again, the network is not favoring us there. Let's see if we can go to Gbapolu County, where Solomon Tabler is there for us in Gbapolu. We'll see if we can go to Riverside County as well, where we have Kennedy Kohler there in Riverside County for us. So let's see. Once the network allows us, we'll speak to as many correspondents as possible until we get the green light from the NEC. All right, let's see if we have Tabler on the line. Tabler, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dama.
All right, we do have Tabler on the line. Tabler, hold on for a minute, please. Let's bring in your audio. All right. Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Solo, I beg you, please walk away from that noise quick, small, not just because we want to get you very, very clear, but that song in the background might just put us in trouble with this whole issue of copyrights.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, much better you are. What's the latest from Gbapolu? How is the county?
Damo, Gbapolu is good this evening. The county, we already, the people of Gbapolu already made their decision to elect. There are 3 representatives and their senator in Gbapolu. So Gbapolu has come, because even some of those who have lost the election, as per the announcement from the National Elections Commission, those who have lost already, they have started meeting those who were fortunate to have become the winner for this election, to tell them thank you for winning the election.
Oh, so tell them thank you for winning.
Yeah.
All right.
Like the Unity Party chairman for Gbapolu, Mr. Lucini Sanyo, was able to congratulate District 1 representative, because all of them were contesting to replace former Representative Alfred Giflock, who contested as a Centura candidate in Gbapolu, who also lost the election. So after the pronouncement, Lucini Sanyo, who is the Unity Party chairperson, went to former City Mayor Honorable Zinan Noma to congratulate him for becoming victory in the District 1 representative seat of Gbapolu County.
Okay, so let's begin with the senatorial seat has been announced by the NEC, Amara Kone. Right?
Yeah. Amara Mohamed Kone
has been declared the winner.
Yeah.
Concession speeches from those who contested against him?
Except because those who contested, both of them are now living in the county. So since the pronouncement, only the lone female candidate who contested along with Honorable Amara Kone is currently in the county, but the rest of them are out of the county. So we are not getting any words from them, except the lone female candidate who contested along with them, Fatima Zina, but we have not heard from her as to how she feels about the election.
How do you people expect her to feel? Anything like you heard any conversations in the corridors of those who will be contesting against these results, whether they'll be going to the NEC or not, or you haven't heard anything of sort?
Dama, we haven't heard anything of such since the pronouncement was made. We've been talking to some of the representative candidates from the 3 districts, the 3 electoral districts, and we have not gotten any contrary word from them as to whether they will go to the National Elections Commission to file complaint or to do this one or do that one. But we have not heard anything in the corridor of Gbapolu when it comes to that.
The senator-elect, as pronounced by the National Elections Commission, what has he said since being declared the winner of the Gbapolu County senatorial race?
Yeah, since this pronouncement, we had a press conference with Senator Mohamed Kone, who emerged as winner for the
senator-elect. He has not been certificated yet.
Yeah, okay. Senator-elect for Bapulu County, Amara Mohamed Konen, we had a press conference with him 2 days ago, and he made us to understand that all of the promises he made to the people during his campaign, he will make sure he do all of those things for the betterment of Bapulu County. So the press conference was successful. We had a press conference with him, and it was successful. And some of the, because we were tracking some of those campaign messages or some of those campaign promises, he was telling people what he would do for the county.
What are some of those things he said he would do for the county once elected senator?
Well, some of those things he named, Bapulu County have this history of disunity among caucus members. It being years. Most of the time, people will say, "Oh, the caucus members are not united." So he promised to unite the caucus members, and he started doing it because after the pronouncement, he called the 3 representative elects for the 3 electoral districts. He had a meeting with them to show to citizens that yes, indeed, he offer business. He also talked about infrastructure when it comes to farm to market road, because Bapulu is being challenged when it comes to the issue of getting to some of those hard to replace it. So he promised the people that all of the promises he made during the campaign period, he will fulfill all of those promises. And talk about the Emory Hospital that is being constructed in Bapulu, because the county alone won't be able to manage this hospital, because the hospital is a very big hospital. So he promised the citizens that after his certification, the Emory Hospital will be his first priority to make sure the legislative caucus members in the western part of Liberia will come together so that they can make the Emory Hospital a regional hospital for the western part of Liberia.
Okay. What are the names of the other 2 representatives elects there in Bapulu County, from 2 and 3?
So for Bapulu District number 2 electoral district, representative elect is Honorable Luther Collins. He's the husband of our current public works minister. And for
which
district
ticket did
number 3,
he contest on?
He contested as an independent candidate.
And he's the husband to the current public works minister.
Sure.
Okay.
Because the former representative for that district, which is district number 2, is Kani Wesso, who is outgoing. He contested on a CBC ticket. So Luther Collins contested as an independent candidate.
Okay. And then district 3.
For district number 3, we have representative elect Honorable Mustafa Warity, who also contested as an independent candidate.
Okay. Replacing
former representative Joseph Matthew Jr.
So Bapulu decided, like Cape Mount, to change all 4 of those who contested in the elections, to change all of them and send it home.
Sure, Mr. Slanga. Sure.
But what were the reasons? Some of the reasons to change the entire legislative caucus? Was it because they failed in bringing the Bapulu County Council sitting? What were the reasons from voters for changing the entire legislative caucus now to a new one?
Damo, I think the decision was made by the citizens, and we will not be able to question why they made those decisions.
But ask them, like, they heard what people were saying. Yeah.
But we have several issues in the county, especially for disunity being in Bapulu. Even the caucus member and even the citizens were not united. And they also talk about not delivering some of those things the citizens expected from their lawmakers, those who they employed. They were not living up to their expectations. So some of those reasons make the citizens to make that decision to have elected a new representative and that of senator.
All right, Solomon. Thank you so much for updating us there from Western Liberia, precisely Bapulu County.
Damo, thanks for having me this afternoon.
All right. Solomon Tibla there from Bapulu County reporting for us, where again, like Cape Mount, Bapulu decided to change. All right. So point of correction from Teresa said Honorable Warity of District 3 contested on a Unity Party ticket. Thank you for that. We do accept corrections, we verify, and then we give out the information. But from Bapulu, let's go to Sino County, where Junior Success Doe is our man in Sino, and we'll be attempting to go to Maryland County as well. But let's see if we can get Junior Success Do on the line from Sino. Good afternoon to you, Junior. How are you?
I'm doing great, Damo. And let me say good afternoon to the Spoon TV family and Spoon Heaven.
All right. It's a pleasure having you on. How is Sino County this afternoon?
Relatively sun is okay this afternoon, Chief.
Okay. Those places where we had the issues on elections day, that they've all been able to vote? Okay. Success has put us on hold. So we'll flip him and go to Maryland and talk to Appiton. Not Appiton that you know. Yeah. Our correspondent in Maryland is also an Appiton, and he's, Christian Appiton. So let's get Appiton on the line. Good afternoon to you, Appiton. How are you?
Yes, Ambassador, I'm doing extremely smooth by the grace of God this afternoon.
You know your last name, your surname, Appiton.
Yeah.
is now the most trending name in Liberia.
I know, right? It's the most trending name in the entire country.
Yeah, what country right now? I know you feel proud being an Appiton.
Sure. I'm exceptionally proud being Appiton.
the Appitonization of the votes to Appitonize. But anyway, quickly, let's hear from you. What's coming out of Maryland County when it comes to winners and losers there of the legislative seats in your county?
Yes, Damon, I must admit, NEC is, I can just say, 80% on course when it comes to the electoral. And Maryland County, quickly in Harper, the political terrain of the county, which of course Harper is the district number 1, and we have on the representative level, we had several candidates contesting as representative of Harper district, but out of at the end of the result, at the end of the day, we have 2 candidates that are really making names. Looking at incumbent representative candidate, Honorable P. McJury. Honorable P. McJury is actually ahead of Honorable William W. Wallace, the Port Director of the Port of Harper. It can be recalled, Wallace and Mr. Jury into elections, the previous election, which of course Mr. Jury emerged as a winner and Mr. Wallace coming second. So it's something like a replay. Mr. Jury is leading Mr. Wallace. We just go straight to the point. 4,325 votes. Mr. Jury is ahead of Mr. Wallace. Mr. Wallace is on the point of 3,106 votes. So in the entire district, Harper district, as we've been around the NEC area, we have been seeing Mr. Jury and his surrogates warming up around here, celebrating around here. They have printed their results. They have copies. They have shared copies to every one of the supporters. And I've not seen Mr. Wallace coming outside to raise consent. So it seems to be there's no other, evidence that Mr. Wallace has to file complaints. Since then, we have not heard anything about Mr. Wallace or William W. Wallace filing complaint to NEC. So it puts Mr. Jury at a point of being, a successful person these elections, this October 10, 2023 general elections. But we'll move to Plivo-Sodican District. Plivo-Sodican District is a commercial hub where you've been hearing several complaints, hauling and pulling in the county. Plivo-Sodican District, we had several candidates contesting as representatives, but then the Speaker of the 54th Legislature, House Speaker Dr. Buffer Chambers, went against Mr. Anthony F. Williams, former SUP president, former student leader of the SUP of the University of Liberia, going against House Speaker Dr. Buffer Chambers. So according to the report from the National Elections Commission, Mr. Williams is leading, is ahead of Dr. Buffer Chambers, 98 votes as it stands. But this concern coming from Dr. Buffer Chimers, because we've been around the NEC area for a week. You know, we have up to now, we're still seeing Dr. Buffer Chimers visiting NEC area. According to him, NEC was not really correct in the process. There was all kind of confusion in Old Sotherton, where Mr. Williams, Mr. Anthony F. Williams, hails from. Mr. Anthony F. Williams' own hometown, Old Sotherton. According to the speaker, according to Dr. Buffer Chimers, there was kind of a disruption of the process in Old Sotherton. According to him, the tribal people, the traditional people, put outside the devil, the country devil, which of course, disrupted the process. So he's now telling NEC, or he's now appealing to NEC to not take serious the report from the Old Sotherton terrain, because Old Sotherton terrain, they had to put devil outside, which of course is against the ethic, of the process. The process it is meant for the process is not actually for devil to come outside and scare people away. So he's saying that NEC and Liberians should come together and not take serious the report from Old Sotherton, which of course is implausible. And Mr. Williams, Anthony F. Williams, is saying that no, it can't be done like that. No report from NEC staff saying that the process was disrupted. Even this Friday, we saw several people from the Old Sotherton terrain, deny the allegations that no devil was put outside. The process ended smoothly as far as they are concerned.
What about District 3?
District 3, that's Kaluwa District. Kaluwa District, we had Reverend Dr. Isaac Rodham-Bledu contesting against, because Mr. Bledu is an incumbent already. So we had Mr. Austin Taylor contesting against Honorable Isaac Rodham-Bledu. So as it stands, Honorable Taylor, Mr. Taylor is in the lead. Mr. Taylor is in the lead, but what we are hearing so far, Reverend Bledu is saying that he's not satisfied with the way the process was conducted. There was a fraud, according to him. So we are hearing that he has filed a kind of a complaint to NEC, drawing the attention of NEC to really look at the process. So as it stands, Mr. Taylor is leading. We even had an interaction with Mr. Taylor, and Mr. Taylor expressed, confidence, saying that he's in the lead. The mathematics has already been done. He has his record as it stands. All of the centers he tapped, Reverend Isaac Rodham-Bledu, only left with a polling place, and that polling place only had about 300 electors, 300 voters, but now he's leading about 200 plus. So from that report, he's confident that he's going to win. So as it stands, Mr. Austin Taylor is leading, and District number 3 is leading incumbent representative candidate Reverend Dr. Isaac Rodham-Bledu. So for Plevo-Sotherton District, is a serious issue. We've been told that Speaker, is actually following this. Even he thought to involve the attorney of Maryland County, Attorney Wega, in the process. He sought to file a lawsuit against NEC due to NEC not handling the process correctly. Why is it they have to allow the devil to be put outside? But the tribal people say no devil was put outside.
Okay.
So Anthony Williams is saying that report from Old Sotherton area is going to be considered because it's his own hometown.
Okay, Christian Appiton, and as we said, Appiton is the name that is trending the most in Liberia. Love to tell you thank you as well. Thank you so much, Christian Appiton there from Maryland County, updating us on election matters in that county. So we have pictures coming from the headquarters of the National Elections Commission. So far, none of the commissioners, has taken their seats. So we have to remain live from there. So I will speak with Sylvester Cholople. Sylvester Cholople is forming part of the team. Sylvester is going to be updating us as to what's unfolding there in the hall of the National Elections Commission. It's already 2 minutes past the 4:30 mark, as stated by the NEC, that this particular press conference was going to start at 4:30. It's 2 minutes past 4:30, but we have to keep live there at the headquarters of the NEC to make sure you don't lose any picture and make sure you get all of the audio coming out of the National Elections Commission. So wherever it is you're listening to us from, this is Spoon 107.5 FM. We're also live on Fabric 101.1, Super 95.5 FM, and a host of other stations that are relaying us across the country. We are live at the headquarters of the National Elections Commission. We'll keep bringing you updates from the headquarters of the NEC once they're about to go live, once they're about to release results for Liberians to know where now we stand when it comes to the 2023 general and presidential elections in the country. We will be giving you all of the results as well. So we'll take a short break to readjust with our team. Once we get back, we are going to bring you live images from the headquarters of the NEC. And hopefully, this press conference will be on the way, and we can bring you not just the video as you've seen, but the audio quality will be live as well. So the team is set there. We'll be able to connect with Sylvester Choloplay, and he's going to give us updates from the hall as we await the commissioners headed by the chairperson, Madam Deviata Brown Lassana, to give us updates from the National Elections Commission. So this is 2023 elections updates on the Spoon Network. Our guys are already stationed there. Just a short break. We'll be back in a jiffy. So let's now join our team there at the headquarters of the National Elections Commission. We'll be speaking with Sylvester Choloplay, who's there with the team. So Sylvester, okay, we cannot take that feed, Sylvester, because of the song playing in the background. That song has got copyrights, and we do not want to have issues, with those owners of the intellectual properties. So we do not want to take Sylvester, I know you're there, but if you can step out of the hall and I can give you a call where we cannot hear that music playing in the background, that would do us a whole lot of good. but we cannot speak with you in the hall as that music is playing due to the fact that we live on Facebook, and that might just invoke copyright, claims on us. So we have to leave it right there. We'll be taking pictures from the NEC. Once they're ready to go live with this press conference, we will definitely, uh, bring you the latest. This is Elections Updates 360 on the Spoon Network, while Sylvester is trying to readjust himself. Let's see if we can go back to Sino County and talk to Junior Success Doe, who's there in Sino County for us. Let's see if we can get Junior Success Doe on the line to give us the latest coming out of Sino County, and we'll see if we can make our way to River G whilst we're waiting for the National Elections Commission to go live with this press conference. So let's see if we have Junior Success Doe on the line. Success, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Damon, and let me say good afternoon to the people of the citizens of Liberia, most especially those following your show.
All right, so we lost you for a bit, but it's good that we have you back. Yep. But let's talk about the atmosphere politically there in Sino County. News that we gathering is that the outgoing senator Milton Tiaje might not just be returning to the Capitol building as a senator for Sino County.
Exactly. He was massively beating around 11,000 plus, while our Duncan is around 20 some more thousand plus. So if you look at the PQ, until next year, now who win the election, but after the tallying, that's the figure we got. So Senator Jim Milton Teche will be returning to the capital comes 2024.
Let's talk about the other electoral districts there in Sino. What's the word coming out from the NEC there in Sino when it comes to who's leading and who's trailing and who's returning and who's not going to be returning as well?
Well, for electoral district number 3, which we have 3 electoral districts in Sino, electoral district number 3, the lawmakers that were dead, despite the election already ended, more especially with the representative and senatorial aspect of it. Well, we don't know as whether there'll be runoff election, but the lawmaker that were there, his name is Zaza. Zaza contested also as a senatorial candidate in the just ended election. And so you have our son, Alexander Bonnoa, who is leading in that particular area. Alexander Bonnoa is leading in district number 3, and district number 2, Ikupen Sansin Kutubuya is also leading in district number 2, district number 1, which happen to be on Creighton Omen Duncan district because he contested as a senatorial candidate. And people are looking at him to be the next senator of Sano, succeeding J. Milton Tiaje. And in district number 1, we have Thomas Romokuya, who is leading in Thank you.
All right, so we're still playing songs there at the NEC. So we have to wait. If we can get them. So any moment from now, once the NEC is set and ready to announce results, we'll be going there to the headquarters of the National Elections Commission, the hottest building in the nation's capital, to bring you the latest updates. Let's now cross over and see if there is audio coming in from the headquarters of the NEC. Folks, let's listen in to the commissioners headed by Chairperson Madam Daviata Brown, Lassana of the National Elections Commission. There seem to be issues with the NEC audio, so we're waiting a bit. The audio is really low, but she seems to be in a cheerful mood today. Uh, In contrast to other days, we see the NEC chairperson is laughing, is clapping, is jumping up and down, you know. But let's wait and see if we can get good sound.
Republic of Liberia, the National Elections Commission, Madam Chairperson, Madam Co-Chairperson, members of the Board of Commissioners, our international and local partners, the religious community, international and local election observation groups here present, members of the Fourth Estate, we'd like to welcome you to this daily press briefing following the 10th October 2023 general elections. Without much ado, this is the chairperson of the National Elections Commission, Madam Deviata Brown Lansadan. Madam Chairperson.
Madam Co-Chair, fellow commissioners, distinguished stakeholders, fellow Liberians, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you to the headquarters of the National Elections Commission and to the Commission's daily press briefings. With respect to updates on temporary staff who were allegedly involved in votes tampering, they were today named by the Election Magistrate of Grand Cape Mount as follows. Philip A. Zodwa, District Electoral Coordinator, District Number 1. Patience Waniwu, Presiding Officer, Polling Place 1, Weju Public School 12035. That's the code. Mohammed Kemon, Presiding Officer, Polling Place 3, Weju Public School, code 12035. And Mwana Pasewe, Presiding Officer, Polling Place 4, Weju Public School, code 12035. Following their turnover to the Liberia National Police Detachment of Cape Mount County by the Election Magistrate on Sunday, 15 October 2023, the 4 named individuals were incarcerated pending LMP investigation and arraignment before a court of competent jurisdiction. According to the LMP detachment of Robert Sport, investigation into the allegation is ongoing. Meanwhile, the Commission has identified temporary staff allegedly involved in electoral malpractices in Montserrado County, Tally, as follows. Goshin S. Monge, temporary staff, application number 086791, Electoral District 4. Sorry. Jemima M. Tugbe, temporary staff, application number 089187, Electoral District 4. J.K. Weseji, temporary staff, application number 061403, Electoral District 8. Tracy T. Passaway, temporary staff, application number 063265, Electoral District 15. And Victor T. Johnson, temporary staff, application number 102959, Electoral District 15. Like those in Grand Cape Mount County, these temporary staff are in police custody pending conclusion of police investigation and arraignment before a court of competent jurisdiction. In the meantime, the Commission assures all political parties, candidates, and stakeholders that the attempted malpractices were corrected and they in no way affect the outcome of the elections in those places. It must also be noted that the individuals involved in these acts will no longer work for the National Elections Commission of Liberia. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, while thanking In addition, supervisors' involvement in ensuring that the tally process at magisterial levels went smoothly. Hence, their role in preparing payrolls was stalled. Currently, payrolls are being completed, and so far, Lofa, Upper Bung, Lower Monserrado, and River G have sent their payrolls, and temporary staff will begin to receive their payments via mobile money almost immediately, while payrolls from the rest of the 11 counties are expected soon and will be immediately processed. Currently, the Commission is manually generating contracts for the new temporary staff who replace those that did not show up on election day. Upon completion, the contracts will be sent to the magisterial offices for distribution. Members of the press, as was reported in yesterday's briefing, a rerun of the presidential, senatorial, and representative elections at 2 polling places and
in Precinct
appreciating
Biolonto
temporary staff
in Electoral District 4 in
in
Niba
precinct
County
Biolonto
will be held on
in Electoral
Friday,
District 4 in
20
Niba
October
County
2023.
will be held on Friday, 20 October 2023. The Commission urges all stakeholders, including political parties, coalitions, alliances, candidates, agents, observers, and the voters of the 2 polling places in Precinct Bio Lonto, Electoral District 4, Niba County, to take due note and play their respective roles in the rerun election on the 20th of October 2023, beginning at 8 in the morning to 6 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, while the Commission continues to update you on the tallied and collated results from the 10th October general elections, the Commission reassures Liberians and stakeholders that the counting, tallying, and collated processes are being meticulously handled to ensure that every vote counts. Here now are the following tallied results from the magisterial offices across the country to date. Bomi County, 171 polling places of a total of 171 polling places, constituting 100%. Boyka Joseph N., UP, votes obtained 25,377, constituting 52.68%. We are George Mane, CDC, votes obtained 18,239, constituting 37.86%. Alperton Union Edward W. GDM, votes obtained 1,014, constituting 2.11%. Those were the presidential results from Bomi County. And now for the results from Bong County. 555 polling places of a total of 555 polling places, constituting 100%. We are George Mane, CDC, votes obtained 77,184, constituting 43.91%. Boyka Joseph N., UP, votes obtained 67,383, constituting 38.33%. Alperton Junior Edward W. GDM, votes obtained 5,305, constituting 3.02%. Those were the results for presidency from Bong County. And now we go on to Grand Bassa County. 405 polling places of a total of 405 polling places, constituting 100%. We are George Mane, CDC, votes obtained 46,651, constituting 44.31%. Boyka Joseph N., UP, votes obtained 36,214, constituting 34.40%. Alperton Junior Edward W. GDM, votes obtained 5,267, constituting 5.00%. Those were the votes for the presidency from Grand Bassa County. Moving on to Grand Kipman County, 213 polling places of a total of 213 polling places constituting 100%. Boycott Joseph N. UP, votes obtained 25,700, constituting 42.18%. We are George Mane, CDC, votes obtained 25,454, constituting 41.78%. Alberton Junior Edward W. GDM, votes obtained 1,639, constituting 2.69%. Those were the votes or results for the presidency from Grand Kipman County. On to Grand Jide County, 163 polling places of a total of 163 polling places constituting 100%. We are George Mane, CDC, votes obtained 34,751, constituting 78.17%. Boycott Joseph N. UP, votes obtained 4,689, constituting 10.55%. Alberton Junior Edward W. GDM, votes obtained 1,189, constituting 2.67%. Those were the results for the presidency from Grand Jide County. Moving on to Grand Crew County, 109 polling places of a total of 110 polling places constituting 99.09%. We are George Mane, CDC, votes obtained 24,222, constituting 79.55%. Boycott Joseph N. UP, votes obtained 2,556, constituting 8.39%. Alberton Junior Edward W. GDM, votes obtained 1,134, constituting 3.72%. Those were the results for the presidency from Grand Crew County. Now on to Margibi County, 441 polling places of a total of 441 polling places constituting 100%. Boycott Joseph N. UP, votes obtained 63,431, constituting 47.08%. We are George Mane, CDC, votes obtained 56,272, constituting 41.76%. Alberton Junior Edward W. GDM, votes obtained 3,102, constituting 2.30%. Those were the presidential results from Margibi County. Now on to Maryland County, 175 polling places of a total of 175 polling places constituting 100%. We are George Mane, CDC, votes obtained 35,784, constituting 73.01%. Boycott Joseph N. UP, votes obtained 5,505, constituting 11.23%. Alberton Junior Edward W. GDM, votes obtained 1,770, constituting 3.61%. Those were the votes, results from Maryland County for the presidential race. Now to Montserrat County, 2,008 polling places of a total of 2,008 polling places, constituting 100%. Boycott Joseph N. UP, votes obtained 322,166, constituting 46.49%. We are George Mane, CDC, votes obtained 319,366, constituting 46.08%. Kamara Senior Lucini F. Alcott, votes obtained 17,144, constituting 2.47%. Those were the results from the presidential race in Montserrat County. And now for Nimba County. 733 polling places of a total of 736 polling places, constituting 99.59%. Boyka Joseph N., UP, votes obtained 137,433, constituting 59.53%. Wia George Mane, CDC, votes obtained 50,269, constituting 21.77%. Gonglo Tiawonse, LPP, votes obtained 16,856, constituting 7.30%. Those were the results for the presidency from Nimba County. Now for Sino County, 152 polling places of a total of 152 polling places, constituting 100%. We are George Mane, CDC, votes obtained 29,639, constituting 78.10%. Boyka Joseph N., UP, votes obtained 4,468, constituting 11.77%. Alberton Junior Edward W. GDM, votes obtained 1,111, constituting 2.93%. Those were the presidential results from Sino County. Now on to River G. 98 polling places of a total of 98 polling places, constituting 100%. We are George Mane, CDC, votes obtained 19,247, constituting 70.33%. Boyka Joseph N., UP, votes obtained 4,424, constituting 16.17%. Alberton Junior Edward W. GDM, votes obtained 1,044, constituting 3.81%. Those were the results for River G County. And now I go on to the National Presidential Progressive Tally Report Consolidated. 5,886 polling places of a total of 5,890 polling places, constituting 99.93%. Alberton Junior Edward W. GDM, votes obtained 40,255, constituting 2.20%. Boyka Joseph N., UP, votes obtained 796,313, constituting 43.44%. Brown Junior Allen R., LRP, votes obtained 15,599, constituting 0.85%. Cummings Alexander B., CPP, votes obtained 29,611, constituting 1.62%. Freeman Simeon CM, MPC, votes obtained 13,192, constituting 0.72%. Gonglo Tiawonse, LPP, votes obtained 26,225, constituting 1.43%. Kamara Senior Lucini F. Alcup, votes obtained 35,977, constituting 1.96%. Kiamo David G.B. DPPL, votes obtained 5,084, constituting 0.28%. Collie Alexander N. RNC, votes obtained 4,397, constituting 0.24%. Kuyate Sheikh A. LFM, votes obtained 5,094, constituting 0.28%. Kroma Bendu Alema, Independent, votes obtained 5,979, constituting 0.33%. Miller Richard Say, LFP, votes obtained 2,878, constituting 0.16%. Moniba Clarence K. Lino, votes obtained 5,297, constituting 0.29%. Morris Robert Friends, Independent, votes obtained 3,357, constituting 0.18%. Nyanti Sarah Beslow, all, votes obtained 3,643, constituting 0.20%. Tweeder William Ware, DNA, votes obtained 11,182, constituting 0.61%. Turner Joshua Tom, NLP, votes obtained 9,810, constituting 0.54%. We are George Mane, CDC, votes obtained 803,674, constituting 43.84%. Wapo Jeremiah Z, votes obtained 9,145, constituting 0.50%. And Yofi Luther N, Rebuilders, votes obtained 6,477, constituting 0.35%. Total valid votes 1,833,189, constituting 100%. Total invalid votes 114,597. Total votes 1,947,786. That concludes the reading for the presidency. I now invite my colleague, the co-chair, to begin to read the results for the Senate and the House of Representatives.
Progressive tally reports. County, Grand Cape County, 213 polling places of the total of 213 polling places, constituting 100%. Fabla, Deba, M, UP, 12,465, constituting 20.40%. Waxing, Victor, Fanny, Independent, 10,381, constituting 16.99%. Sony, Mambu, M, CDC, vote obtained 9,129, constituting 14.94%. We move on to representative. Grand Cape County, District 1, 69 polling places of the total of 69 polling places, constituting 100%. Masale Bentu, CDC, 6,434, constituting 34.14%. Sharif Mumba, EN, LTP, vote obtained 4,414, constituting 23.42%. Sharif Bob H, UP, vote obtained 2,919, constituting 15.49%. District number 2, 69 polling places of the total of 68 polling places, constituting 100%. Dorsey, 68 polling places of the total of 68 polling places, constituting 100%. Dorsey Mohammed, independent, vote obtained 3,972, constituting 18.86%. Fufana Kula Bono N, UP, vote obtained 1,693, constituting 8.04%. Fuma K. Rich, CPP, vote obtained 1,648, constituting 7.82%. District number 3, Grand Cape County. 73 polling places of the total of 76 polling places of the total of 76 polling places constitute constituting 100%. FICA, basic, obtained 3,090%. Camara, Emerson V, CDC, vote obtained 2,891, constituting 13.56%. End of Grand Cape County.
Thank you, Co-Chair, for the reading of the results from Senate and Representative. I now invite Commissioner Sayer to read Senate and Representative results.
Senate results. Moserado County. 2,008 polling places of the total of 2,008 polling places constituting 100%. Sir Harry Joseph. Votes obtained 375,392, constituting 56.45%. William JMP, UP, votes obtained 152,040, constituting 22.86%. Victoria Tyler Kwekwe, CPP, votes obtained 50,292, constituting 7.56%. Electoral District 4, Moserado County. 163 polling places of the total 163 polling places reporting, constituting 100%. Michael M. Thomas, independent, votes obtained 14,590, constituting 26.28%. Swakoko Ara Dennis, independent, votes obtained 9,847, constituting 17.74%. Momo B. Kamara, CDC, votes obtained 7,275, constituting 13.10%. Electoral District 6, Moserado County. 128 polling places out of the total of 128 polling places reporting 100%. Samuel R. Enders, Independent, votes obtained 18,199, constituting 38.60%. Harris G. Johnson, UP, votes obtained 4,900, constituting 10.39%. Woki K. Dolo, Independent, votes obtained 4,766, constituting 10.11%. Electoral District 7, Moserado County. 100 polling places out of 100 polling places constituting 100%. Emmanuel Dan, Independent, votes obtained 13,866, constituting 42.33%. Solomon C. George, CDC, votes obtained 8,788, constituting 26.83%. Seba Joma, Independent, votes obtained 2,518, constituting 7.69%. Electoral District 8, Moserado County. 83 polling places out of 83 polling places reporting 100%. Prince A. Torres, UP, votes obtained 9,249, constituting 32.82%. Ekaros Mose Gray, CDC, votes obtained 9,165, constituting 32.52%. George A. Miller, Independent, votes obtained 1,824, constituting 6.47%. Electoral District 9, Moserado County, 102 polling places out of 102 polling places constituting 100%. Frank Safoko Jr., CDC, votes obtained 12,556, constituting 36.28%. Phoebe F.A. Harris, CPP, votes obtained 11,670, constituting 33.72%. Miller B. Kanakai, UP, votes obtained 4,519, constituting 13.06%. Electoral District 13, Moserado County, 111 polling places out of 111 polling places, constituting 100%. Edward P. Flomo Jr., CDC, votes obtained 14,523, constituting 39.56%. Cornelia Kra Toba, UP, votes obtained 9,159, constituting 24.95%. Sunisi M. Keita Ako, votes obtained 2,541, constituting 6.92%. Electoral District 15, Moserado County, 96 polling places of 96 polling places constituting 100%. Abu Banda Kamara, CDC, votes obtained 17,927, constituting 56.32%. Amos Ben Tue, UP, votes obtained 7,476, constituting 23.49%. Nathaniel P. Stevens, PUP, votes obtained 1,788, constituting 5.62%. Electoral District 17, Mossorado County, 171 polling places of the total of 171 polling places constituting 100%. Bernard Blue Benson, CDC, votes obtained 12,682, constituting 23.48%. Ibrahim C. Sisi, CPP, votes obtained 5,662, constituting 10.48%. Jennifer L. Passaway, UP, votes obtained 5,069, constituting 9.39%. Chair, that's the report.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Sayer, for that reading. We now invite Commissioner Kwangmai for the continuation of the reading of Senate and Representative results.
Progressive Tally Report Consolidated Senate 163 polling places. Of the total of 163 polling places, 100% Grand Jita County. Nameland Commons Yaya LRP, vote obtained 18,313, 18313, 41.44%. Dennis A. Marshall CDC, vote obtained 11,891, 11891, 26.91%. Grand Edis Chelsea UP, vote obtained 7,977, 7977, 18.05%. That ends the Senate of Grand Jita County. Electoral District number 2, 54 polling places. Of the total of 54 polling places, 100%. Electoral District 2, Grand Jita County. LRP, vote obtained 4,364, 4364, 32.18%. Dwell William CDC, vote obtained 3,767, 3767, 27.77%. Walloping ALP, vote obtained 2,182, 2182, 16.09%. That ends Grand Jita County. Progressive Tally Report, Senate, 175 polling places. Of the total of 175 polling places, 100% Maryland County. Brown J. Blebo CDC, vote obtained 12,729, 12729, 25.61%. Topo Will E. Lanu, vote obtained 11,618, 11618. Namwe J. Tier Independent, vote obtained 9,125, 9125, 18.36%. That ends the Senate for Maryland County. Electoral District number 1, Maryland County, 52 polling places. Of the total of 52 polling places, 100%. Drury P. Mark CDC, vote obtained 5,544, 5544, 35.13%. Wallace William W. Independent, vote obtained 5,142, 5142, 32.58%. Howard Elling Blessing PUP, vote obtained 2,142, 2142, 13.57%. We move on to electoral district number 2, 52 polling places of the total, 57 polling places of the total of 57 polling places, 100%. Electoral district number 2, Maryland County. William Anthony F. CPP, vote obtained 8,105, 8105, 45.29%. Timos Buffer CDC, vote obtained 8,024, 8024, 44.82%. Setu Grapeman DPPL, vote obtained 519, 519, 2.90%. Electoral district number 3, Maryland County, 66 polling places, a total of 66 polling places, 100%. Taylor Austin Blading Independent, vote obtained 4,213, 4213, 26.69%. Roland Ase Balu CDC, vote obtained 4,013, 4013, 25.42%. Smith Michael Puchu PUP, vote obtained 1,818, 1818, 11.52%. That ends the reading for my oversight, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Kwangmai. We now invite Commissioner Josephine Gay to read Senate and representative results.
Thanks, Madam. Progressive tally report consolidated for the House of Senate, Grand Bassa County, remains the same as yesterday. So we'll go to the House of Rep. Grand Bassa County Electoral District 2, 83 polling places of the total 84 polling places, percentage 98.81. Banks, J. Clarence T. Independent, votes obtained 5,361, percentage 28.12. Kawa Mary N. CDC, votes obtained 4,777, percentage 25.06. Dansall Thompson B. Nanu, votes obtained 1,594, 8.36. We'll go to Electoral District 5, Grand Bassa County. 77 polling places of the total 78 polling places, 98.72%. Koshwal II Thomas A. CPP, votes obtained 4,292, 22.63. Dennis C. Joa S. UP, votes obtained 4,242, 22.37%. Vanning Ben DS CDC, votes obtained 3,745, 19.75. That ends Grand Bassa County. Progressive tally report consolidated Senate Mangibi County. 441 polling places of the total 441 polling places, 100%. Mangil Nathaniel F. CDC, votes obtained 52,000, 934%, 39.89. Yakpawolo J. Yapuya, PUP, votes obtained 24,404%, 18.39. Zeze Balaji, UP, votes obtained 23,506%, 17.71. We go to Electoral District 1, Mangibi County. 140 polling places of the total 140 polling places. Percentage 100%. Kupol Roland OP, independent. Votes obtained 6,165%, 14.69. Donald Maria Eva, CDC. Votes obtained 5,729%, 13.65. Bolis Sa Arrow, independent. Votes obtained 5,276%, 12.57. We go to Electoral District 3, Mangibi County. 73 polling places of the total 73 polling places, 100%. Anto Rare Ali A, independent. Votes obtained 11,465%, 51.22. Smith Jr. John Solonte, UP, votes obtained 4,005%, 17.89. Bakole Dorothy Q, independent. Votes obtained 3,915%, 17.49. We go to Electoral District 4, Mangibi County. 71 polling places of the total 71 polling places, 100%. Yao Emmanuel, CDC, votes obtained 4,384%, 21.16. Sak Kiatu J. Jimmy, UP, votes obtained 4,116%, 19.87. Kupol Francis F. PUP, votes obtained 4,031, percentage 19.46. Electoral District 5, Mangibi County. 75 polling places of total 75 polling places, 100%. Gaia Clarence G, CDC, votes obtained 4,058%, 18.42. Kupol Jonathan Sire, ALP, votes obtained 3,437%, 15.60. Besa Alice T, independent, votes obtained 3,263%, 14.81. Madam Chair, that ends the reading for Mike G. and Ambassador.
Josephine Gay for the reading. We now invite Commissioner Ernestine Morgan Hour to read Senate and Representative results.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good afternoon. I will read to you again today returns as it relates to tally report from Brown County, reference the Senate and the electoral districts, as well as Nimba County and the electoral districts. We commence with Brown County for the Senate and subsequently electoral district 3 and 4. Brown County, 555 polling places. Of the total of 555 polling places, constituting 100%. Behe Johnny K, independent, votes obtained 78,122, constituting a valid votes of 44.11%. Kafai Edward W, PUP, votes obtained 56,015. I repeat, 56,015 votes obtained, constituting the valid votes of 31.63%. Nazar Mohammed A, ALP, votes obtained, 10,382, constituting the valid votes of 5.86%. That concludes the Senate for Bone County. We proceed with Bone County Electoral District 3. Reference the House of Representatives. 93 polling places of the total of 93 polling places, constituting 100%. Cole Joshua Marvin, CDC, votes obtained 19,488, constituting a valid votes of 61.51%. Zawolo Orlando, K, UP, votes obtained 8,254, constituting the valid votes of 26.05%. Willa P. Woolley, T, RNC, votes obtained 739, constituting the valid votes of 2.33%. We proceed to Electoral District 4, Bone County. 74 polling places of the total of 74 polling places, constituting 100%. Wombat Robert Flomo, UP, votes obtained 4,954, constituting the valid votes of 20.64%. Chokpa Jonah Nuli, CPP, votes obtained 4,873, constituting the valid votes of 20.30%. Kamu Queenie, Independent, votes obtained 4,097, constituting the valid votes of 17.07%. That concludes the returns from Bone County's reference the consolidated tally report. We proceed with Nimba County, reference the Senate, and to include electoral district of the House of Representatives 2, 4, and 9. The Senate, 733 polling places of the total of 736 polling places, constituting 99.59%. Yomi Prince Johnson, MDR, votes obtained 127,722, constituting the valid votes of 54.87%. I repeat, 127,722, constituting the valid votes of 54.87%. Tywin Jr., yeah, Independent, 56 votes obtained, 56,421, constituting the valid votes of 24.24%. Dual Roland G, CDC, votes obtained, 19,982, constituting the valid vote of 8.58%. That concludes the Senate reference Nimba County. We proceed with Electoral District 2, Nimba County. 94 polling places of the total of 94 polling places, constituting 100%. Flomo Yan Gassi, CPP, votes obtained 7,117, constituting the valid votes of 24.21%. Wakia Charles Teach, MDR, votes obtained 5,655, constituting the valid vote of 19.24%. Zaben Benjamin S. Lino, votes obtained 5,037, constituting the valid votes of 17.13%. That concludes Electoral District 2, Nima County. We proceed with Electoral District 4, Nima County. 82 polling places of the total of 84 polling places, constituting 97.62%. Kagon Gombu, CDC, votes obtained 7,585, constituting the valid votes of 28.93%. Mensa Senior Ernest M, MDR, votes obtained 7,325, constituting the valid votes of 27.94%. Kwanu Orlando M, NDC, votes obtained 2,036, constituting the valid votes of 7.77%. We proceed with Electoral District 9, Nima County. 74 polling places of the total of 75 polling places, constituting 98.67%. Wangweta Ze Independent, votes obtained 6,509, constituting the valid votes of 29.92%. Gwakolo Johnson N, CDC, votes obtained 4,190, constituting the valid votes of 19.26%. Dikba Gombe, O, MDR, votes obtained 3,051, constituting the valid votes of 14.03%. That concludes the reading for today on the status of report from Nima and Bong County respectively. I submit, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner Awa. We now invite Commissioner Boyka Dukle to continue with the reading for Senate and representative results.
Progressive tally report consolidated. The Senate. County signed off. 152 polling places of a total of 152, constituting 100%. Duncan Creighton O, CDC, votes obtained 20,470, constituting 52.72%. T.J. J. Milton, independent, votes obtained 11,168, constituting 28.76%. Zaza Matthew G, independent, votes obtained 7,189, constituting 18.52%. We go on to Electoral District 2, Sino County. Where Samson Kwiju, CDC. This is from 49 polling places out of a total of 49, constituting 100%. 49 polling places out of a total of 49, constituting 100%. Electoral District 2, Sino County. Where Samson Kwiju, CDC, votes obtained 4,309, constituting 35.85%. Nangbe Otello Do, EFFL, votes obtained 2,432, constituting 20.23%. Kofa Jones Isaac, PUP, votes obtained 1,956, constituting 16.27%. We move on to Electoral District 3, Sino County, 51 polling places out of a total of 51, constituting 100%. Noah Alex S. CDC, votes obtained 3,177, constituting 27.06%. Tuo Jr. Joseph G. CPP, votes obtained 2,561, constituting 21.81%. Tale Sylvia A. Independent, votes obtained 1,984, constituting 16.90%. That concludes sign.
Thank you, Co-Chair and Commissioners, for the reading of Senate and Representative results in these elections. And now I will read winners of the legislature, that is the winning candidates. In Bond County, for the Senate, winning candidate, Wehe Johnny K. Independent, votes obtained 78,122, constituting 44.11%. Valid votes 177,114. In Bond for the House of Representatives, Electoral District 3, Cole Joshua Marvin, CDC, votes obtained 19,488, constituting 61.51%. Valid votes 31,685. Still in Bond County, House of Representatives, Electoral District 4, winning candidate, Womba Robert Flomo, UP, votes obtained 4,954, constituting 20.64%. Valid votes 24,002. We continue with the reading of legislative winners, and we go now on to Grand Cape Mount County for the Senate. Winning candidate, Vapila Daba M, UP, votes obtained 12,465, constituting 20.40%. Valid votes 61,097. In Grand Cape Mount County, House of Representatives, Electoral District 1, winning candidates, Masale Bintu, CDC, votes obtained 6,434, constituting 34.14. Let me read that again. Constituting 34.14%. Valid votes 18,847. Still in Grand Cape Mount County, House of Representatives, Electoral District 3, winning candidate, Feka Wesi Soni, votes obtained 4,673, constituting 21.92%. Valid votes 21,321. We go to Grand Jida for the Senate. Winning candidate, Nimle Thomas Yaya, LRP, votes obtained 18,313, constituting 41.44%. Valid votes 44,191. Still in Grand Jida, House of Representatives, Electoral District 2, winning candidate, Johnson Marie G, LRP, votes obtained 4,364, constituting 32.18%. Valid votes 13,563. In Margibi County Senate, the results, that is the winning candidate,
is McGill Nathaniel F., CDC, votes obtained 52,934, constituting 39.89%. Valid votes 132,713. Still in Margibi, House of Representatives, Electoral District 1, winning candidate, Cooper Roland Opie, Independent, votes obtained 6,165, constituting 14.69%. Valid votes 41,980. We go on to, that is, we're still in Margibi County. We read other winners. House of Representatives, Electoral District 3, winning candidate, Atta Wre Ellen A., Independent. Votes obtained 11,463, constituting 51.22%. Valid votes 22,382. Still in Margibi County, House of Representatives, Electoral District 4, candidate Ya Emmanuel CDC is winner with the votes obtained 4,384, constituting 21.16%. Valid votes 20,715. Moving on to Maryland County. For the Senate, the winning candidate, Brown J. Blebo, CDC, votes obtained 12,729, constituting 25.61%. Valid votes 49,705. Maryland House of Representatives, Electoral District 1, winning candidate, Jure P. Mike, CDC, votes obtained 5,544, constituting 35.13%. Valid votes 15,782. In Maryland, House of Representatives, Electoral District 2, winning candidate, Williams Anthony F., CPP, votes obtained 8,105, constituting 45.29%. Valid votes 17,895. We'll move on to Montserrado County. Senate, winning candidate, Joseph Sahade, CDC, votes obtained 375,392, constituting 56.45%. Valid votes 665,023. Still in Montserrado County, House of Representatives, Electoral District 4, Thomas Michael M., Independent, votes obtained 14,590, constituting 26.28%. Valid votes 55,514. House of Representatives, Electoral District 6, Montserrado County, winning candidate, Anders Samuel Ara, Independent, votes obtained 18,199, constituting 38.60%. Valid votes 47,150. Still in Montserrado, House of Representatives, Electoral District 7, Don Emmanuel, Independent, votes obtained 13,866, constituting 42.33%. Valid votes 32,756. In Montserrado County, House of Representatives, District number 8, winning candidate, Tolls Prince A. U.P., votes obtained 9,249, constituting 32.82%. Valid votes 28,181. Still in Montserrado, House of Representatives, Electoral District 9, winning candidate, Foco Junior Frank Sa, CDC, votes obtained 12,556, constituting 36.28%. Valid votes, 34,613. Still in Montserrado County, House of Representatives, Electoral District 13, winning candidate, Flomo Junior Edward P., CDC, votes obtained, 14,523, constituting 39.56%. Valid votes, 36,708. Still in Montserrado County, House of Representatives, Electoral District 15, winning candidate, Kamara Abu Bana, CDC, votes obtained, 17,927, constituting 56.32%. Valid votes, 31,831. In Montserrado County House of Representatives Electoral District 17, winning candidate, Benson Bernard Blue, CDC, votes obtained, 12,682, constituting 23.48%. Valid votes, 54,001. We move on to Nimba County. House of Representatives, Electoral District 2, winning candidate, Flomo Nya Gase, CPP, votes obtained, 7,117, constituting 24.21%. Valid votes, 29,397. Go on to Sino County Senate. Winning candidate, Duncan Creighton O., CDC, votes obtained, 20,470, constituting 52.72%. Valid votes, 38,827. And still in Sino, House of Representatives, Electoral District 3, winning candidate, Noah Alex S., CDC, votes obtained, 3,177, constituting 27.06%. Valid votes, 11,742. And that concludes this reading of legislative winners in these elections. Let me say to you that in Electoral District 8, Montserrado County, yesterday we did not read, and I will tell you the reason why. This is from the data center. It says, during the tally process, agents representing a candidate raised concerns regarding the votes obtained in code 30364, Richard N. Nixon Institute, Warren, Block A, polling place number 2. The magistrate did a recount in the presence of all the party agents and observers at the tally center, and the votes obtained for some of the candidates were subsequently updated. All the agents and observers signed on the updates at the tally center. The updated report was quarantined by the results management system based on the new corrections. The technical team needed information from the magistrates before processing the updated records to arrive at 100% completion for the results in district number 8, which we read today. Having achieved that, the commission now was able to announce 100% completion of the tally process for electoral district number 8, Montserrado County. The magistrate has provided clarity on the process. This is from the data center. Thank you. We now invite 5 questions. Let me also say that all of these results can be found on results.necliberia.org. If there are no results, then we say thank you for the day. More results? Questions?
Okay. Well, thank you, Madam Chairperson. My name
The
is
results thing in my mouth, so I'm sorry. Go ahead.
My name is Alex Atolami. I report for the University of Liberia Radio, Lux 106.5. Well, in recent days, you announced to the Liberian people that in District 4, Nimba County, that is in Biolon 2, the ballot boxes that were tampered with were only representative ballot boxes. I want to know if there's any reason why you are also including senator and president in the pending rerun there.
We also said that those boxes for the presidential, the senatorial, and the representative, the fact that they were stolen from the place, we need to lend credibility to the process. But they were also damaged. And we don't want to process damaged results or damaged ballot boxes of anything in there damaged. It is important that the credibility and the integrity of that process is maintained. So we are rerunning the elections in those two polling places, as advised by the magistrate in that area
Good afternoon.
and approved by
Okay.
the Board of Commissioners.
Good afternoon. My name is Moses Gazul from the BBC. Let me say thank you to the Board of Commissioners. Like you started with fun today, we hope we're going very smoothly. But my question has to do with the ballot boxes that were damaged that you are instituting a rerun in the elections. Most times when crimes happens, there are people who commit those crimes. Like you name those individuals that were involved allegedly in the tampering with results. Have you been able to identify people involved in stealing the ballot boxes?
We will wait for the LNP's report, then we'll update you.
Great. So I know we bring the whispers from outside. Political parties, party agents, the public got some reservations about the numbers. Have you received any specific protests from any political party contesting these results you're announcing?
Which results? We got legislative.
Yeah,
we
the
got
results from the
presidential.
entire elections.
If we have received,
In
well,
a
complaints
protest.
are coming in. They're coming in. And they're being handled by the hearing process as well as the legal and political affairs sections. Yeah.
Madam Chair, my name is Jonathan J. Solonte. I report for Ambassadors TV Liberia. My question, in your opening statement today, you said that some next stars were being replaced on elections day by those who did not turn out, so they were replaced. So my question is, those who replaced them, were they trained to handle the process, the election process?
Most of them who replaced those who didn't show we're here.
That's the final
That's
question.
the final. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow.
Thank you very much for coming. We will be here tomorrow again. Thank you very much.
All right, folks. That's the update there from the headquarters of the National Elections Commission. Let me bring on Nelson Collier and his team to have an in-depth conversation. Nelson, are you there?
Yeah, Diamond, good evening to you, and good evening to our folks out there. It's good to be here again on a special coverage, relational coverage.
Okay. So first thing I want to point out is today we're now wearing the same color of shirt. That's a good one as compared to previous days as well. But bring us up to yeah, bring us up to speed with what just occurred there in the James Flomoya conference room in the headquarters there of the National Elections Commission.
Well, Diamond, as usual, today the National Elections Commission chairperson, Madam Jayeta Brown Lassanan, has been releasing some results like what we've seen in the previous days. So yesterday, or the last time there was a result released from the National Elections Commission, we were at 98% of the total results for the October 10 polls. But today, the number has increased. All right. So initially, when we got at 92, a lot of people predicted that the next press conference would have been the final one, since in fact the National Elections Commission had been at the time to release up to 92% of the results. And then the next day, we then realized that we couldn't reach 100% of results coming from the National Elections Commission. So there was an increase from 92% up to 98%. And then, like today, even before now, there was this prediction that maybe today we would have received the final results coming from the National Elections Commission. But again, it didn't turn out to be the case. So today we are at 99.93% of the results. Sorry, let me get something right. So we are at 99% of the results. We still have a few polling places remaining to be covered from the National Elections Commission. As per what we have, now from the National Elections Commission, NEC has completed providing results from 99.93% of the polling centers. So we have 0.07% of the result that is yet to be released in the presidential category. In the representatives and senatorial category, there are still so many areas remaining as well. So the National Elections Commission will obviously be calling us back to give us more results from those places. As you know, there were issues in Limbaugh County and so forth. But while that is going on today, as per the result released from the National Elections Commission, the Unity Party now stands at 43.44% of the total votes from the October 10 elections, while the CDC stands at 43.84% of the total votes released here, total results released here from the National Elections Commission. So the difference in terms of figures, in terms of numbers, I'm not talking about percentage now. The difference in terms of the figures here from between the CDC and the Unity Party is 7,355 votes with the unit in favor of the CDC. And so this is where we stand right now. Today, as you know, Diamond, yesterday we reported that the invalid votes was 112,875, but today that increased by to By 2000, today the invalid votes as reported by the National Elections Commission is a little over 114,000. So this is where we stand now. The NEC was also able to release the list, the names of some of those individuals who have won, especially those names that were not mentioned in the previous editions of in the previous editions of the in the previous editions of the press conferences. So in the like yesterday, a few of the names were mentioned. You had like Representative Richard Nagukun of District 11. He was named as one of those persons who won, and a few other persons. But today, there were additional names. So you have, for Grand Cape Mount County, for example, you have Bintu Masale. She was pronounced as winner of the election there in District number 1, Grand Cape Mount County. You have Sony Fakiat of District 3. He was named winner. He was pronounced or announced as the winner of the representative election there in Grand Cape Mount County, District 3. And in Grand Gila counties, Nimland Thomas Yaya was pronounced as the winner for the senatorial race there in Grand Gila County. Diamond in Margibi County, former Minister Natalia McGill was announced today as the winner of the election there for Margibi County in the senatorial category. And so then you move to Maryland counties, and the Blebo Brown was announced as the winner of the senatorial category there in Maryland County today by the National Elections Commission. And so the list goes on. So in district, let's come to Montserrado County, for example. There were lots of names that came out for Montserrado County today. So in district number 4, Michael Thomas, who was a very strong opponent there in the Montserrado County District number 4, running against the incumbent lawmaker, Representative Rostalin Swakoko Dennis. Michael Thomas was announced today as the winner of District 4, Montserrado County. And then you have District 6, Samuel Enders, the incumbent lawmaker, retained his seat there in District number 6, Montserrado County. He was officially announced as the winner today by the National Elections Commission. Emmanuel Dan in District 7, Emmanuel Dan was pronounced as the winner, while in District 8, Prince Toes of the Unity Party was pronounced as the winner. And Diamond, just to go back a little on this aspect, when I tried getting out there, just before getting here, I managed to have gone out there to inquire as to some of the unfoldings, why I had the rest of the team posted here in the conference hall of the National Elections Commission. And somewhere in District 8, I realized that as soon as the name Prince Toes was announced, there was a jubilant mood. The atmosphere was different. I could see people streaming all around in District 8, and some of what they were saying was that they were excited now that they have a new lawmaker in District 8, Montserrado County. So that is the case with Prince Toes there from District 8, Montserrado County. Now, aside from Prince Toes, in District 9, Frank Safoko of the CDC, as you know, the incumbent lawmaker was pronounced winner of the seat there, the representative seat in District 9. 13, Edward Papi Flomo, the incumbent lawmaker. District 15, Abu Bana Kamara was pronounced as the winner as well. And then District 17, Bernard Benson, also known as DJ Blue, was equally pronounced as the winner for District number 17. So these are just a few of the many names that were announced, the many winners that were officially announced here today by the National Elections Commission. And then moving forward a little to other things, observation-wise, the atmosphere, Diamond, the atmosphere here today for the media was a bit friendly, I must say. It was a bit friendly.
Let me just jump in there quickly.
There was smile
before
on the
the
face
beginning of the press conference.
chairperson. Yeah.
Yeah, before the beginning of the press conference, I did see the NEC chairperson, Madam Deviata Brown-Lassana, in more of a jubilant, more of a friendly, never seen friendly mood since these elections started to be released by the NEC. She was jovial, she was jumping up. Was it a sign of finally getting this off my head? You know, now I can relax and all of that. Or it was more like I've realized that for 8 days I've been harsh, I've been arrogant, I've been giving one word, short phrases, and all of that. So let me ease it out and try to rekindle whatever relationship there is to have with the media. Which of the two?
Well, let me start by saying that the code of public opinion is very powerful. You know, regardless of the status of individuals in society, when you have the code of public opinion bashing those individuals, there are expectations that there will be some sort of changes in their approaches to whatever the situation is that they've been engaged about. So one could be that, yes, the workload was hectic. I remember vividly, Diamond, that at some point in time when the National Elections Commission chairperson was asked a question, she took in a deep breath and then she said, "We've been looking for a job, but now we got it." And then she went on to respond, indicating that it was, you know, a kind of a tedious, you know, task that she had ahead. Of course, presiding over.
Okay, so
you know,
you're trying
people
to reconnect with Nelson and his team. Yeah, Nelson, we lost you for a bit, but you can continue.
Okay, so it's good that I'm back. So I was saying presiding over a crucial election like this is something that, no doubt, from all indication, has been a hectic one for the next chairperson, Madam Deviata Brown-Lassana. And I think that sort of translated into the way she sort of responded to the media here, her responses to the questions that were asked, you know, and everything, you know, that sort of had a reflection on that. But today, the atmosphere was quite friendly. And another thing I realized is that the moment I got in here, there was very few media institutions here. At the time, I was told that based on the celebration and everything that was going on in District 8, some of the media folks who have come here left to actually have an engagement with the newly elected lawmaker of District number 8, Montserrado County, Princeton.
Okay, so let's go to winners, pronounced winners, and notably those who will not be returning, notable names, because these are winners as announced by the NEC, and there could be complaints filed to challenge these winners. So until we see whether or not there will be complaints filed by candidates who have lost, you know, until these winners can be certificated by the NEC, it's still opened, but they, at its stance, they are the winners as of now. Now, let's look at Speaker Chambers. As it stands, he's not returning. And his principal deputy when it comes to the chair on the executive, not the deputy speaker. You have Representative Akaros Gray, you know, he's not returning. He's not returning until those results can be challenged. But as it stands, he's not returning. That's a notable name. And then you have Solomon George. District 8 is not returning. District 7 is not returning. These are notable names from the CDC's Legislative Caucus that are not going to return unless they challenge these results and they win those contestations, though. As it stands, they're not returning. But let's look at somebody who has made an entry into politics at a very young age. Bintu Masale, 26 years old. She is the daughter of moneyman Idrissa Masale in Cape Mount. He's referred to as the kingmaker in Grand Cape Mount County. He supported Victor Watson during his senatorial bid. He supported representative candidates who were successful in Cape Mount. He's known to be the money man. And now his daughter is 26. He put her in the race. She contested on the CDC's ticket, and she has won the seat at the age of 26, Nelson. Let's talk about notable absentees, those who will not be returning, and new entries like Bintu Masale. Another one is Roland O.P. Cooper. He's returning to the legislature. And guess what? There's someone that say, he take it from me today, Paul will take it from you tomorrow, right? They want La Taporiza, Tompowe took it from OP take it back from him. So
Yeah.
when Tapo were jacking from OP went by and said, I will jack it from you.
It
So
took it
they-
from Tapoe.
but let's talk a bit. Beginning with Bintu Masale and the rest of the newcomers.
Well, what I think the case with Bintu Masale is is something for a lot of people to pick up pieces from, because before getting here, Diamond, you know that there have been series of complaints from um, that part of the country, talking about Grand Cape Mount County, where Idrissa Masale, this businessman, is well rooted, and as part of the issues that most of those people have raised, is that he number one they said he's not a Liberian. A lot of people have accused him of being a Sierra Leonean who have established in that part of the country, and it has been in the business of influencing the Liberian politics. And with that already as an argument on the grounds, uh, the electorate still did not listen to all of those different arguments coming from folks who, some of whom did not support Idrissa Masale. But with he supporting Victor Watson, they gravitated towards Victor Watson, and Victor Watson won the election. But this time around, Idrissa then decided to support his own kid. She's 26 years old. Yes, constitutionally, she's eligible enough to occupy this position. And I believe that the National Elections Commission did due diligence in making sure that she met all of the other criteria or requirements aside from just the constitutional aspect. Yeah, so I think like Rosalind Swakoko Dennis of District 4, who is not going to be returning who is not going to be returning, who has been defeated by Michael Thomas. I think Bintu Masale is going to be like the new Rosalind Swakoko Dennis at the level of the legislature. That very young female who's going to be representing the voices of thousands, if not millions of females across Liberia who are unable to be at that very first branch of government. But again, the next thing a lot of people will be looking up to is her ability to be able to put forth, to take up the argument, to be able to withstand the tension, the pressure, or whatever it is in the midst of a male counterparts, most of whom may be far older than her, but mustering the courage to take up the issues, to push some arguments in the interest of her district. That's the next thing that a lot of people will be looking up for. But I think she is going to be taking over from Rosalind Swakoko Dennis with respect to young. She being young, like Rosalind Swakoko Dennis was in her 20s when she was elected as a representative of District 4. Similarly, in the case similar to what we see now with Bintu Masale. So the next thing is all eyes are on her now to see what is going to be like in terms of performance at the legislature.
Yeah, performance is definitely going to be key. And let's talk about those who will not be returning, those that Capitol Building has told goodbye to you. It's time for you to go in the guise of those electorates. Milton Tieji, Sino County, he's not returning. But let's focus on Speaker Chambers, who's going to be called former speaker if he doesn't challenge the results, and if he's unsuccessful in whatever challenges he puts up. Riding Rep 1, how is that going to feel? Because he still has got time to be riding the Jeep with the plate Rep 1 with two pickups, one in front, one behind, crisscrossing the road. How is that going to feel for the few days left riding that? Or if you were in that position, would you still want to ride Rep 1?
No. It's not possible, to be out of the position and still want to ride or drive the Rep 1. But again, I think it's going to be a difficult thing for Speaker Chambers, because this is someone who came from all the way down there, the southeastern region, a place that is depopulated when it even comes to the number of votes. I remember Representative Yeke Koloba at one point in a heated argument told him that, look, my vote alone can sort of triple the number of votes you got that got you sitting here as a speaker, and now you want to suppress me. So the fact that he has been the first amongst equals, occupying that position where he has to maybe recognize this person, regardless of how pressing your issues are. He needs to recognize you before you speak. Just the authority,
And you have
you
to be
know.
decorous.
Yeah,
when
you
are
have
in
to
his
be
presence.
decorous. He's on record for telling most of his colleagues to be decorous. And
Decorous.
Representative Yeke Kaluba said, no, I'm not going to be decorous. You got to break down the grammar. But again, just to go back to the issue, Diamond, I think it's going to be a tough one for Speaker Chambers for, because as it stands, the legislature is in the legislature has gone back to work. Speaker Chambers is still Speaker of the House of Representatives up to January, after the inauguration of the new president, and then this is the 54th. Then the 55th legislature takes over. That is when he's going to be officially disguised of all of his benefits, his immunities, and everything he enjoys as Speaker of the 54th of the House of Representatives of the 54th legislature. So from that moment, from January, Diamond, moving up to maybe August, September, if not the entire 2024, is going to be a difficult thing, because Diamond, you know what it means when you've adjusted, to a certain lifestyle. You're used to, and
no
in no
traffic. You get one black picker in front of you to clear the road in the
certainly,
middle and all that kind of
certainly.
stuff.
And in no time, you're stripped of all of those. You are welcomed into common who. You like any ordinary person out there. Is going to be a tough thing, but I think
Is the
he's
speakership
going
a
to
curse
grapple.
going into elections? Looking at 2017, the then speaker was Emmanuel Nukwi. You
Yeah.
know, he was vying for the vice presidential post on the UP
Yeah.
ticket. He lost. He
Yeah.
didn't return. Now in 2023, we have the outgoing speaker now. If he's able to contest the results and win. But as it stands,
Yeah.
he's the outgoing representative and outgoing speaker of the House of Representatives. If you take 2017 and 2023, would you want to be a speaker knowing fully well that this position in the last two elections, they never returned?
No, I think, Diamond, based on the privileges, the extra benefits that lawmakers who become speakers get to enjoy, every other representative at the House wants to be a speaker. Most of them may not come up to express it, but based on the benefits and everything that goes with that position, they want to be in that particular space. But again, I would not want to say that it's a curse. I think what has happened over the time is that most of those who get in that position, they get to get carried away by the glamour, the lavish lifestyle and everything. Most of those who occupy that position, they get carried away by the extra benefits they enjoy, the authority they have, even during the sessions at that particular House of Representatives and everything. They get carried away. And so because of that, most of them feel to look back at the very districts that they came from. So in terms of responsibility and everything, it's an extra or an added tax, an added responsibility that you have to look after everything there at the level of the House of Representatives, being that you are a speaker, you have your own tax to perform at that level. Then people coming down to the district that elected you, and you have to look after those people. So I think, number one, the first thing is that some of those people who have occupied that position, they get carried away by the extra benefits, the comfort that goes with that position. And then secondly, some of those people get carried away by just the tax itself, and they fail to look back down to the district. Now, that position has two layers, Damon. That position has two layers. The first layer is that you have to be elected by the district, that you contested in. After being elected by the district, then the second layer is that you have to be elected by your colleagues at that very at the level of the House of Representatives. All right, so the both layers comes with different responsibilities, and I think that's where it turns out to be a bit difficult for some of those people who don't return and so forth. So I think that's why it is. I think that's why it is.
Okay. let's leave that a bit and go to the retirement portion. You have Mandaba Vapla and the people of Grand Cape Mount County. Now they caused outgoing Senator Vani Sherman to retire, to tender in his resignation letter, that he's no longer going to contest. What's going on, Nelson? Something you want to share with us?
There's some sound coming from out there. We're informed that some of the residents of the district, especially District 8, as you know, there was a protest out here yesterday, Diamond, on grounds that some of the residents of District 8 wanted to have the results coming out, and they didn't get to see the result as anticipated. So I saw some of those residents celebrating yesterday. I saw some of those residents celebrating yesterday. Diamond. So we want to see what's happening out here as well, because I still see a huge presence of state security out here. The next chairperson, Madam Deveta Brown Lasana, is still here with some of the board of commissioners. They're still out here trying to make sure that everything is done here. But we want to go out there, Diamond, to give you an idea of what's happening out there, and maybe we could sort of end this report from there. So as you hear, Diamond, there's a sound of the drum beat in the background. We want to know exactly who are those celebrating. But from all indication, there's some sort of celebration going on out there. So we will try to give you an idea as to what's exactly happening here. So Diamond, as you see across there, folks are celebrating. Following the pronouncement from the National Elections Commission today. From the pronouncement, you see folks out there in a very jubilant mood. And this is exactly what's happening here. So the street is crowded, Diamond. And as you see there you have the photo of Prince Toes. Prince Toes, who happens to be the elected lawmaker, and that's exactly what you see there. The folks are carrying his photos on the billboard, and they're celebrating all around the place, Diamond. So yes, that is part of the celebration, and they're also holding in their hands some black coat suits, and they are chanting slogans and saying that coat suit is the retired coat suit of Representative Akara's grave that they are carrying with them there. You know, so celebration is continuing here, Diamond.
That Range Rover Discovery is an official vehicle of Prince Toes. The one the guy wearing the red is hanging on. Yeah, that is one of the vehicles used by Prince Toes. But is this how dramatically power shifts in an electoral process? A few days ago, you would have had Moses Akaros Gray marching along with Prince of District Number 8, and today it's a new name on the block.
Yeah, and Diamond, considering that Representative Akaros Gray was one of those floor fighters in the House of Representatives, a lot of people will not imagine, that Representative Gray, his defeat will be celebrated in such a manner. Because he was a floor fighter, he was one of those very strong members of the 54th legislature, who, not just the 54th, but even the 53rd legislature, who stood up, who was very vocal, and trying to push the necessary debate, the argument, and everything. A lot of people would not have expected that his defeat would lead to such a jubilant mood, as you see hundreds of individuals out here celebrating, only because this General Gray, Akaros Gray, the floor fighter, has been defeated today. So, like I told you just while we were doing the report in there, Diamond, this is just part of, this is just an example of what I was telling you about. In Central Monrovia, people are celebrating. here in Singapore, the celebration has extended here, and I tell you, there is huge traffic in other parts of Central Monrovia within the vicinity of District 8 because of the defeat of Representative Moses Akaras Gray of the CDC.
It's 6:35. That is 25 minutes up to 7 p.m. here in Liberia. Are all banks closed, Nelson, for businesses?
You're talking about banking institutions?
Yes, are all banks closed for business purposes?
The banks are closed, but I think the bank you are talking about is the political bank that belongs to Honorable Moses Akaras Gray.
You got the question. Are we still connected to the bank?
So I think the banks are closed right now. I think the banks are closed because Honorable Moses Akaras Gray is noted for saying for telling people to take his statements to the bank. He always says, take it to the bank, I'll be re-elected, take it to the bank, the CDC will defeat those people, take it to the bank, this or that is going to happen. But considering the time that banks in Liberia here close at 2 p.m., I think this is a clear indication of the closure of Honorable Moses Akaras Gray's bank, because he's being defeated today, and there is a huge celebration here on the streets of Monrovia in his very district 8, as he's no longer going to be the lawmaker of that district. And Diamond, just before you come in again, as I watched those individuals celebrating, one thing that came to my mind, the message is sort of sent across was, and I begin to ask myself as to whether those individuals were actually, it's like people on a siege or people on a bondage or some sort of tyrannical, regime or whatever that a certain group of people have been rescued from, because the move, the number of people I saw celebrating, even before I got here on the grounds of the National Elections Commission, sent a very strong message as to how tired the folks in District 8 were with the leadership of Representative Moses Akaras Gray, also known as Ticket to the Bank.
Now, let's leave from the banking sector and go to district number 7, where Solomon George is not going to be returning to the 5th if he does not contest, or even if he contests the results and lose, and he happens to lose. Do you suspect that there will be similar celebrations in district number 7, taking into consideration the longevity in time for which Emmanuel Dan himself had contested that particular position, or the loss of Moses Akaras Gray in District 8 is the biggest in the country?
Yeah, so again, everything that's happening has a root in the political space from the party level, right? So some of those individuals, the likes of Moses Akaras Gray is defeated today, and you have some other lawmakers that have been defeated. Some of those people is not just because of them. Some of them is because of the party tickets that they are contesting on, and because of the number of people in those different districts who do not support the party's agenda or ideology and so forth. So in the case of Representative Solomon George, I suspect that there will be similar celebration and so forth, because he is one person who has been on record for being for using invectives. A lot of folks have complained on him of not conducting himself in that diplomatic or honorable posture, as a lot of people will refer to them as honorables. So his defeat as well would maybe spark some sort of celebration or whatever. But because we are not there, I can't say much to that for now, Diamond.
Okay, Nelson, we're about to wrap up. Someone just sent a very sinister question, and I'll pose that question to you as well. I'm only the medium of the question, and I'll pose it to you. Looking at this from a very skeptical point of view, yesterday was Representative Gray's birthday. Do you think there was any underlying reason why the NEC chose not to have announced the result yesterday as a way of giving him a good birthday present, or that's just someone's wishful thinking?
Well, there will obviously be speculations on that because even before now, Representative Gray had planned that as part of this year's celebration, his birthday celebration for this year, he would have marched through the principal streets of Monrovia, celebrating his victory for another 6 years at the House of Representatives. So even before now, this is something that he's planned for. But again, I think his hopes, his expectations were not met based on the fact that he's been defeated. And so, yes, that could be part of the plan, not to spoil his birthday and maybe the National Elections Commission holding on to the result for District 8. But as we reported yesterday, Diamond, that was being heavily rejected. That was being protested because we saw some individuals here who gathered right before the National Elections Commission demanding that the results be released. Because why he had his own plan for the birthday celebration and everything, there were others who were just on the other side waiting to see themselves getting in the streets, on the birthday of Representative Gray and celebrating his defeat, just as he, on the contrary, planned to celebrate his victory on his birthday. But then their expectation was not met. The birthday was a quiet one for Representative Gray, and a day after the birthday, his defeat is being celebrated here by hundreds of residents of the district that he served as representative for over 6 years.
Okay. All right, Nelson, saying that was not the birthday gift that he would have expected, but either or, the NEC had to announce a winner from District number 8, Montserrado County, and there are others shouting. There are small acts called beat you down in District number 3, Maryland County, where the Speaker of the 54th Legislature most likely might not be returning, irrespective of the fact that if he mounts a complaint against the process and he's able to win and is even upheld by the Supreme Court of Liberia. Let's not make no mistake. These people, those that have been announced as winners by the NEC, they do still face the process of their victories being contested, by losers in those races. So until they can be certificated, Nelson, do you see a very large number of cases going to the NEC's hearing officer and subsequently to the Supreme Court of Liberia in these matters?
Yes, certainly, Diamond, certainly, because at a point during the press conference today, the national, one of the commissioner Waka Dukley, when the question was asked with respect to complaints and everything, he confirmed, Commissioner Waka Dukley today confirmed that as it stands, they've already started receiving complaints. All right. So, but what he said is that the complaints will be going to the hearing officers. They are the board of commissioners. They are just there to do what they're doing. So, so that is a confirmation that right before the death of the National Elections Commission, right now they already have complaints. So again, and that's a very important question because based on the findings from those complaints, based on the decisions that will be coming from the hearing officers and maybe it will be going to the court or what have you, that is going to determine as to whether some of those whose names have been mentioned here today will actually be representatives, or those results will be withdrawn and maybe there will be a recount or whatever the decision will be. This will be determined. But at this point, it's all going to lie at the feet of the hearing officer, the National Elections Commission, and based on the decisions, that's how we're going to determine the next stage of this. That's exactly what will determine the next stage.
So now, though they've been proclaimed winners, they have to wait and see what complaints they have to answer to and defend themselves against, whether or not their victories
again,
hearing officer BOC and subsequently the Supreme Court of Liberia, if it reaches to that far extent. Now, so he wanted to add something.
Yes, so I was saying again, it will also depend on the gravity of the evidence, how weighty, how convincing those pieces of evidence are that they're going to be carrying, or they have already carried before the board of, the hearing officers or the National Elections Commission and so forth. How how convincing their pieces of evidence are. These are all things that are going to determine as to whether those names will be removed from the list of winners or they are going to retain and they are going to own by January of 2024, they're going to be marching at the grounds of the Capitol as new lawmakers or lawmakers who have retained their seats.
Put yourself in the 54th legislature's chat rooms. You know, do you sense teasing, bullying, laughing because they peers? For those who have won and been declared winners, and those who have lost or been declared losers, do you sense that there is some teasing and bullying and all that ongoing in that particular chat room?
Obviously, Diamond, that the legislature, for me, I would compare it to a classroom. Whenever I see the way the legislators conduct themselves, most times it reminds me of those days when we were in high school. When you have this agreement with this person, and sometimes there will be this jeering and bullies and all of those stuff. So there's something similar about the legislature. That we can compare to the classroom. So. You remember, Diamond, there was this situation that came out about some signature fee and stuff like that when Representative Simon George said, you see woman and then you take a child and all those kinds of stuff, So that speaks to, the level of interaction that those folks had. Despite being representatives, we call them honorables, they are lawmakers, but that speaks to the level of interaction that those people have within their own cycles. So at this point, I want to believe that is exactly what it is in the chat room of the House of Representatives right now. Some of those people who have been booted out will certainly be engaged, and some of them will be defending and giving reasons why they were not voted. And so that's it. But I think that their chat room by this time must be very hot based on the results that are coming in from the National Elections Commission and the decisions that the Liberian people have made are based on their performances at those different levels.
Yeke Koluba will be one of the most active members in that chat room at this moment.
I strongly want to believe so, Diamond. I strongly want to believe that Representative Yeke Koluba will be one of the active participants in that chat room. The fact that he has had series of disagreements with Representative Moses Akara Gray, the fact that Representative Yeke Koluba and Representative Moses Akara Gray have had series of disagreements and so forth. And you remember the University of Liberia situation when Representative Gray said he was taking some folks at the University of Liberia to have lunch with them. In no time, Representative Yeke Koluba did same. He said he was also visiting there. So I want to believe that Representative Yeke Koluba is one of those who's very focused, very active in that chat room right now, trying to make sure that those individuals, those lawmakers who have already been defeated, who will not be returning to the 55th legislature, are receiving the kind of punches that they should receive now at that level.
All right, Nelson, until you see and you get a notification that the admin has removed you from the group, that is 2024 January, where you're no longer a member of the 55th legislature, or they will create a new group for the 55th legislature. Either way, when you're no longer there, or the admin gets to remove you and then rename the group 55th, or they create a new one, they know what they're going to do. But I want to tell you, thank you. Congratulations to you and your team. It's been a serious workload and you've been delivering excellently. I must commend you for that. But we have to leave it at that. The news guys, again, they step in on my neck and I have to let us go. This is how I have to come to an end of today's edition of 2023 Elections Updates 360. Anything you want to say, Nelson, before I let you go? I see the lights of the cars already on. It's getting dark out there.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, well, Diamond, I want to say thank you. Thanks a lot for the coordination in studio. And I want to, on behalf of the team here, Ernest Bina is behind camera, making sure that we get the visual we're getting now. Sylvester Chulupe has been here, and Sylvester Wowi as well. On behalf of the team, I want to say thanks a lot. And yes, we look forward to doing this again, maybe tomorrow or some other time.
Okay. All right, Nelson. Thank you again. Bye-bye. Take it to the bank.
Yeah.
I'll see you at the office.
Yeah, we're gonna take it to the bank because no, in fact, the banks are closed, so we're not taking it to the banks anymore.
Take it to the Susu Man or the Susu Park. They don't have a special time to close. All right, folks.
Okay.
Team there reporting live from 9th and 10th Street Sinker there. We'd love to tell you thank you for watching. We'll be back on tomorrow once again if the NEC gives us, an alert that they will be live. Will definitely be live for you. Remember, on Friday, in the town of Biolontuo, in Nimba County, they will be voting as well. So the NEC is going to follow up with that process. And once they have results from that particular process there in Biolontuo, in Nimba County, that is going to update whatever figures that have been released by the National Elections Commission. All right. So thank you again on behalf of the entire production team. For us here in studio, I'm Diamond Slanger. On behalf of Prince Hammond, who has coordinated all of our visual and audio components, we'll have to say thank you to Prince Hammond, the rest of the team, Haji Masale, and the rest of the guys. They do a great job to make sure we bring all of the information to you. Have for yourselves a wonderful, wonderful time. Up next at 7 p.m. is Spoon News Live. Good night. Bye-bye.